Well, hello, hello. Happy almost New Year, everyone. Are you ready? Let's do it. Come on in. I know you're out there somewhere. Here we go. Here comes everyone. Excellent. 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 You excited about this new year? I certainly am. I'm ready for it. If you're ready for the new year, you're going to want to come in and talk to me today. We got some good stuff to talk about. Plus, I've got some massive show and tell for you. You guys are going to love seeing all of this. So there you go. Come on in. The water is fine. Let's do this. It is the last day of 2019. We are getting ready to attack 2019 in earnest. You guys like my cup? Isn't this a cute cup? You are my, it says, you are my forever friend. Marla gave me this when I moved in to this house in Brevard. And I'm still drinking coffee. I'm in a fast now since last night. I think I'm going on 18 hours. Yes, let's do it. Come on in. There's my girl Joanne. Yes, it is the last of 2019. Can you believe it? And you're the first comment, Joanne. So you get a double dose of good stuff for 2020. So come on in, you guys. Waiting on you. Where is everybody? Everybody's out buying champagne and getting ready. There's my girl Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Are you ready for 2019, for 2020? I am. There's Dawn. Hello, Dawn. And Lucy. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Come on in. Let's get started. I've got some good, juicy, yummy stuff for you today. I hope you're going to like it. Love the hearts. Love the hearts. Thanks for sending them over. Joanne just broke her fast of 18 hours. Well, listen, I'm right behind you. When I'm done with this, I'm probably going to, I have something here. I'll tell you all about it in just a minute. Hello. All right. What do you say we get started? Are you ready? Are you ready? I am so ready. I am ready for 2020. I'm ready to take it all on, and I'm ready to say goodbye to 2019. You know, it's often recommended that we have a little ceremony, kind of a closing ceremony of the year. And I think that's kind of a good thing. I think it's a really important thing to always be looking back on things from the experiential perspective anyway, that what can I do better in 2020? We never want to go back and beat ourselves up. I mean, right? Don't we do enough of that ourselves? We don't need any help with that. But there are lessons there. There are lessons to be learned. And the more that we can take our lessons, our experiences, and say, that was a good lesson, that's the moment that we get to move on. That's when we get those lessons learned. When we keep doing the same thing over and over again and repeating our mistakes, our whatevers, we haven't learned anything yet, have we? That's the big thingy. That's the thing that just lights up that lights up my switchboard and makes me say, aha, I guess I am doing this again for what reason? And it's part of that whole thing. If you saw my Take Back Your Life workshop, then you know that 95% of what we do lies in our subconscious. It's back there. It's tucked away back in the brain. And we're just doing, It's why I say it's time to get off the carousel of crazy, because the carousel of crazy is that same thing. Diet after diet after diet after diet. 97% of us gain it all back and then some. So we've shown that this is an experience that doesn't work. And yet that's what we all do. It's always a new Monday. It's always, this Monday I'm going to be having like this diet and it's going to go great. And then 3 days later we're thinking, that didn't work. Well, what we do is different. And I want to show you a couple of things. I want to give you a couple of tools that are going to help you to start making some changes and changing your outlook on what your vision is for 2020 so that you can put your experience to good work. Because here's the thing, dismissing and not looking means you're going to forget and you'll be right back there again, because we go back to those Oregon trails in our head, don't we? We do what we know. But if we know and we're in the 5% of the prefrontal cortex and not living on the just, knee-jerk reaction, it is so different. Everything changes because now we're doing things consciously. We're not just floating through life and with our eyes closed and just whatever. Whatever has never worked, you guys. It's never worked. And that's why we're talking about all of this stuff, because it's time to just do things different. Now, Take Back Your Life has just opened. And if you want to check it out, go to savingdinner.com/TBYL. Take Back Your Life. Get it? TBYL. Now, I'm telling you about this because this is a group of women who are tired of it, who want the coaching, who want the personal one-on-one interaction to really do something different, to burn down the carousel of crazy. Not just get off of it, not just unplug it, but kick it down the hill and say goodbye to it forever, and then light a match and watch that thing burn. We don't need to be doing these things over and over again. We need to get on with it. You know what I mean? Get on with it so we can have the lives that we want to lead. That's it. Take Back Your Life is a program for those women, and Take Back Your Life is a program for women who understand that it's not about the new diet. It is not about any of that stuff, but it's about finding something that's personalized and customized for you with the help of the nutritionist. That's me. Since 1993, I'm going to help you with that, and creating something that's actually going to work. That if it's about weight loss that you're just worried about and that's all you've got to worry about, great, I've got a plan for you, and we will create it for you. If it's about inflammation and pain and not being able to play full out in your life like you want to, I got a plan for that too. I will make it work for you. And the other thing that I've noticed, and this is one of the reasons this is all in it, it's not just about diets and all of that. It is about the food, because the food fuels your body, and your body is your vehicle for life. Am I right? You have no other way to get around, right? This is it. So if we can feel really good in what we're in our bodies, not just cute size 6 jeans, but feel really good, it's so important, because it's going to open the doors of opportunity to everything else. We got to get that car out of the garage, y'all. Can't do it unless we put the key in the ignition, crank it up and put it in reverse and start going. That's how it all works. And the other thing is, it's our mindset. Our mindset is it's running the show. Our mindset's running the body, the vehicle for life. And if we don't have our mindset on correctly, we're not there. And one of the things that has just really stopped me in my tracks, this is one of my lessons that I have learned last year. And one of the things I'm going to talk about just a little bit today for you, because I think it's so important, and that is understanding a little bit more about clarity. Okay? Clarity. Because clarity comes when we stop the generalities. I'm going to repeat that because this is important. And if you have an opportunity to write this down, by all means, write this down. Clarity comes when we stop the generalities. Okay? So when somebody asks, for example, oh, how do you feel about that? And you say, oh, I'm just so stressed out. Stressed out doesn't mean anything. Stressed out just means, oh, you're calling on your cortisol to do its thing, right? Stressed out doesn't mean anything. But I'm really disappointed means something. And yes, that's stressing you out. Or it means my feelings are really hurt. Or I feel passed over. Or I feel this way. When we get into accuracy about how it is that we truly feel, or I am haunted by my past and I can't get over it, and I don't know why, and I have this to deal with and I have that to deal with and whatever. But if we can be accurate with what we're saying and quit glossing over with generalities, I am stressed doesn't cover very much. There's a lot of stress at work because my boss is unreasonable, because I have too much on my plate, because I have all of these things going. When we have more accuracy, then we have more solutions available to us, don't we? then maybe we have to do the uncomfortable thing and go confront somebody and say, hey, you know what, boss, I know you're trying to do the right thing and you've got a lot of pressure on you too, but putting this much on my plate doesn't work. And these are the reasons why. Let's do this. And it helps us also to take responsibility for ourselves, because as we take responsibility for ourselves and start owning the way we feel and using I am statements instead of blaming others, you always, you do this, I'll never because you, that's the needle mover. Joanne's asking, how do we get the past from not haunting us? It's a decision-making process, Joanne, and this sounds really, bear with me while I go through this a little bit, okay? Because this is not to dismiss your past, it's to help clarify what has happened. We all have something in our past, right? That is, however it is, that has bothered us or whatever. Some people have more horrific pasts than others, of course, and it's not about comparison, because remember, comparison is the thief of all joy. It's not about, well, you didn't have it as hard as I did. And if we start doing that kind of a thing, we get wrapped up in that instead of getting wrapped up in what it is that has happened. Now let's give you a for example. I had a woman who I was nutritionally coaching who had been in a situation where she was raped. And it was a really bad situation. She was raped at knife point, woke up in the middle of the night to have this stranger in her bed just there with a knife and raped her. And it was awful. And she thought she was going to die. I cannot even fathom for a minute. Being able to come face to face with that and it held her back. She gained a bunch of weight. She had a bunch of health stuff that came after it because the torrent of emotion and all the stuff that came up, and she didn't have the best childhood either, but all of this just added to it. Now, I am no psychologist or counselor or anything like that, but what we did when we were working through this stuff, because it was holding her back with other things, and she was also working with a therapist, was it put the past, we put the past into perspective and we called it out for what it was. It was a violation. It was horrific. She didn't deserve it. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. The guy was sick and he damaged her and he did this, that, and the other thing. But what we also looked at is that by giving that past, by giving that incident as much gravity as she had and giving it so much thought room in her head, she didn't give her healing from it enough gravity either. And the healing from it was, this was horrible, but today her life is fabulous. This was awful, but today she is powerful and she's past it. And it was something that happened in the past. And if she chooses to, at any point, she can file it under, I don't ever want this to happen again. I don't ever want this to happen again. She did things to keep herself safe. She ended up going to a self-defense class. She carries pepper spray. She ended up getting an alarm system on her house. She did a bunch of things. She got a dog. She did a bunch of things. The things that she did were powerful and moved the needle for her. And at some point, she made and I don't remember, this was so many years ago, this is in the late 90s. At some point, she made the choice that staying in this place meant that he won. That staying in the place of reliving this incident over and over again and being angry and bitter and all of the things that she was dealing with and holding on to all that weight, which was, what happened after she gained 100 pounds after this incident. Because she used it, just like if you read Body Clutter, that's what I called it. I called it the fat shield. That I did that myself, because of what I was going through my own self with, in my marriage and what have you. I had the fat shield. So getting past all of that, it's a matter of different things. It's trying it out. It's working through it. It's journaling. It's having a place to go. And it's also understanding at some point that you want your identity to be your own and not to be that of a victim. You understand that, right? I really, I applaud like 12-step programs and I applaud all these different things that people do in order to better themselves, in order to help them to get through something. But everything is a bridge. Everything is a bridge to get from here to there and to get to the healing. It's when we decide that we're going to take on an identity of victim that we don't get past things anymore because it's solid. A victim is a box. A victimhood is a box, and it keeps you solidly in there. I belonged a while ago. I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I still have it technically. I don't have the symptoms. I do take a thyroid medication every single day for it, but I don't have the symptoms anymore. My eyebrows grew back. My hair has grown back. I don't have the nodules. I don't have the weight. I don't have all the things that I had. But I was in this thyroid Hashimoto's group, which was very interesting and educating on Facebook. And what I noticed was after a while, I saw people in this group putting out, getting tattoos of a butterfly, because the thyroid is the butterfly, right? It's the butterfly gland that goes right here. And that became the symbol. And, and putting stuff out about how awful all those symptoms are and how all of this is, and living in this victimhood, even to the point of almost, tattooing themselves with the symbol of what it is. And when they started using words like my Hashimoto's, my this, my that, that's when you start really owning something that you don't want in your life. Do you see where I'm going with that? When I say my daughter or my son or my work, these are things that I'm proud of and that I love and that I want to own. But you've never heard me say my Hashimoto's, nor will you ever, because that is not something I want to own. That was an invader that came into my life, and that really messed me up for a while. And I was intent on finding the way out of it, and I did. Much to my doctor's surprise, even though my doctor wanted to brand me and basically tattoo me with this butterfly and say, you'll never get over it. You're always going to be fat. You're always going to be this. And it was like, no, I don't accept that. And I think even though they are much different things, it's the same mindset that takes us out of this and puts us into that. And that's what we want to do. We want to divorce ourselves from the things that have not worked. We want to divorce ourselves. We don't want to take on a new identity of victimhood or a new identity of some disease or a new identity of something that has held us back, even if it's been a healing journey. We have to remember that healing journey is a bridge. It's only a bridge to get us from here, the victimhood, to here, the victorhood, right? It's a healing journey. It's a bridge. And we have to cross over it. And it means we're going through the weeds. It means we're going through stuff that's scary and awful. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. But the point is, it's your life that's at stake. And what do you want to own? What do you want to call my? It's like when I do a coaching call, with a nutrition coaching call, and somebody starts talking about, I can't give up my cheese. I know, we're in for a fight here. Covered in rosacea, but can't give up my cheese. Yeah, well, okay. So we're going to talk about that. And this is exactly one of the things that I talk about. Because when we put that much credence, that much power onto owning something so thoroughly that we're willing to tattoo it on ourselves and call it our own, then we are going to be in a place of really a huge struggle. Our words count. Our words count. Our brain is listening to us at every single turn. And when our brain is listening to it and saying, okay, we're going to own that cheese, man. I'm going to make you crave cheese like you've never craved cheese before in your life. It's funny how that all happens. And you know it, right? Have you ever been in that place where you say, okay, that's it, I'm done with this. Then all of a sudden, it starts to come back. Well, yeah, that's what happens. It's part of the bridge. We have to walk over that bridge and keep moving. Our quote last week. Remember our quote last week about fear is about courageously saying your prayers and going forward anyway. That's awesome. Courage is fear saying your prayers and going forward anyway. That's our friend Joyce Meyer. And that to me is the whole thing about powerful versus pitiful. A powerful stance is owning the things you want A pitiful stance is owning all the things you don't want, and just being unwilling to look at it and just feeling like you're in the victimhood box. And I say no to that. It doesn't have to be that way. Listen, if you can fight, like I did, an autoimmune disease, which I was told I would have for the rest of my life, then you can fight anything. If you can fight things and get beyond and get over to the other side, you can fight anything, including a craving for sugar. Come on, that's what it's about. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that you found that helpful. And don't forget, on Friday is our Q&A day. So if you have questions for me, send them into support@savingdinner.com. Send them into support@savingdinner.com in the subject line, for Leanne on Friday. Question for Leanne on Friday. I will get it. I will answer it right here, and you will be, you'll get the answers that you want. In the meantime, cheers, by the way. The sprint starts on Monday, you guys, on Monday. And honestly, if you're sharing this video and helping your friends out and bringing them into your fold, that's a powerful thing to do. That's a way to build a tribe that is going to help you, because this is the thing we need to understand. When our communities are vibrant and vital and building each other up and giving us the things that we need, things start to change. Things shift. And it's funny how quickly it goes too. You know, we're not stuck on that bridge. We're not stuck on the bridge. We're actually moving. So we're moving from that bridge and we're getting out of the victimhood place and we're going across that bridge and we're getting to the victorhood place, right? The victorhood place. I love that place because, man, this is where everybody, they're delighting in their wins. They're delighting in what's going on. They're positive. They're uplifting. They bring people up. I want to be with those people. Isn't that who you want to be with? That's why we do the sprint. And it starts this Monday. It's coming up. So go get it. savingdinner.com/sprint. The whole guide is there and it'll tell you exactly what it is that you want to do. In the meantime, I have got an entire show and tell right here. I'm going to go through it really quick and show you some things because I've had people asking me, hey, would you please go through some of these? I mean, what supplements do I need? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you about two that we have, that are just really, we're in short order. We don't have a whole bunch of them, but you know, they're ordered and I can't guarantee that you'll get them like next week, but I'll just tell you about them. And that is Hot Melt Mix. I drink this every single day. This is Hot Melt Mix right here. And it does have that pretty milky thing. Hot Melt Mix has MCT oil in it. It has sodium, magnesium, and potassium in it, those three electrolytes. And the MCT oil really help jack it up. And also exogenous ketones that are safe to eat. Every other supplement out there, they can't guarantee that. These are, okay? And you know what the fun thing about this stuff is? It makes you feel good. So the carb flu is not going to be the thing that's going to take you out. That is a huge thing because people get sick. You get a little bit sick as you are changing over your fuel systems. It can be really bad. Joanne just said, yes, the hot melt changed everything for me. It changes everything. So if you live in the United States and you want to get one of our remaining ones left, go ahead and grab it because we are going to have, we've got more coming in. We got a ton ordered, but I'm just letting you know that it's low. So first come, first serve. Go to savingdinner.com and you can check out the sprint. The other one is the Get Lean Probiotic. This is crazy. It works together with this, which is Fiber Mender. These two things work together and they make such a difference on weight loss. They work together on weight loss. They did an 8-week study, 8 weeks, 8 pounds, just by using these and not changing anything. Isn't that crazy? And probiotics help to heal your gut and help to give you the good guys in there that you need to do the job, to take out the bad guys. We can get our guts balanced. Weight loss is a breeze, seriously. And the Fiber Mender also helps with that. Fiber Mender also helps with blood sugar control and your cholesterol. Fantastic stuff. Okay, two things people are asking. How about helping me out You asked, I'm going to show you 2 supplements that work. These 2 things, Leptofix, Crave Crusher together. Gosh, I'm so terrible at show and tell, aren't I? Anyway, these 2 work together. This one first thing in the morning, this even actually this fixes your leptin, which if it's broken, you know it because you want to eat all the time. And it also helps you with body composition. It helps you with belly fat. Yay. Take it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. That's what I do. And then the Crave Crusher also helps with dopamine and all those things that make you want. If you have your dopamine really low, and you're going to feel crummy, and it's also going to make you want to eat have you noticed how many things make you want to eat all the time? It's such a nasty thing, but Crave Crusher helps with that, and it's fantastic stuff, so keep that in mind. Now, people are asking me too about, okay, I'm going to show you beauty support. This stuff is just amazing. It has silica, biotin, and what is the other thing that it has in it? I can't remember. Oh, silica, silicon, choline, and biotin. And this is basically like food for you ready? Next. Collagen. Now, collagen is amazing because collagen, 97% of us are low on collagen. We don't eat skin and bones anymore, do we? Or suck out the marrow from the bones or the cartilage. That's how they used to do it back in the olden days. And I've seen older people do it. My mom used to do it. My dad used to do it. It gagged me. And we're so used to buying like boneless, skinless chicken breasts that just have nothing on it. And it's just, everything looks very antiseptically packaged and everything, just not the best. But I'm telling you that we need that collagen. Collagen is the structure for everything, including the calcium that goes into your bones, including the fascia that holds everything together. And believe it or not, buckling up fascia is the reason that we get cellulite. Cellulite, you know that orange peel business? Well, if you take beauty support and you take perfect paleo protein, that stuff is going to change everything in 30 days. Now, perfect? No. But helpful? Oh, heck yes. You have to be doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is the stuff that helps with the structure. And it's fantastic. I love it. All right. And then we have Digestzymes. I'll tell you, if you're missing a gallbladder, you have any problems with digesting, this is a godsend. I take this before every meal. It has things in it that helps you, and it really helps. The other thing is it helps with your gallbladder, thyroid, and also rosacea. Because one of the things that happens is when we have undigested proteins floating around in our systems, which can help, especially for those of us who eat too fast and over the age of 35, and I'm over the age of 35. I know you didn't think so, but I'm definitely over the age of 35. I can eat a steak now. I used to not be able to eat steaks because I felt like I had a brick in the bottom of my belly. Digestzymes make a difference. I've got Marla on these. I've got everybody who I know who doesn't have a gallbladder. I get them to buy 2 bottles. Put one on the countertop, put one in your purse. Never be without it. A full glass of water, 15 minutes. 2 of these capsules, your life will change. You'll feel like a completely different woman. I've had a lot of my gallbladder ladies, the ladies with no gallbladders, end up not having dumping syndrome anymore. Now, wouldn't that be a gift? Now, everybody's different, of course, and how your digestion, it's also a matter of healing your gut, and we work on that. And speaking of healing your gut, hello, L-glutamine. L-glutamine is one of the things that helped him to tighten up the junctures. Makes all the difference in the world. And, do you see this? What is that? This is L-glutamine, guys. This is L-glutamine. I'm going to show you. I'm going to wet my finger really quick. If you take L-glutamine and put it on your finger like this, I know I'm making a big mess. Gums and teeth. There go the cravings. This is taught to me by an MD who works only with addicts. Any kind of addiction gets killed with this. I have got women walking around with baggies full of this stuff. They look like drug addicts in their purse. But I'm telling you what, it knocks out a sugar craving, a carb craving. It would knock out a meth addict's craving. This stuff is thebomb.com. I had a woman that I helped quit smoking with this stuff. Amazing. Okay. I got a mouthful of powder now. Beauty support I've already talked about. Just Juice Veggies. Ladies, you need to give this to your kids. This is 5 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. Now we use this. I'll show you the little scoopy. We use this in our Target Trifecta smoothies, and it's just works. Look, there it is. That's what it looks like. And you know, you can put it in a glass of water. You can add it. Ooh, that's a good idea. I could add it to my hot melt mix, couldn't I? Get a little bit more stuff. And Catherine said, "You're gorgeous and don't look your age at all." You're the best, Catherine. I'm 61 for anybody who wants to know how old I am. I don't care. At first, I was just like, you know, you always want to not tell people your age. Now I just don't even care. It's what it is, babes. I'd rather be 61 on this planet than otherwise. There's nowhere else to go with that, right? The last thing I'm going to show you is something that we don't sell a whole lot of this, but I don't talk about it a whole lot. I should probably. It's SAMe. It is an enzyme. What this does, this is a product. If you're in the European Union, this is by prescription only, and they sell it as an antidepressant. They sell this as an antidepressant. It also it's mood and joints. Mood and joints. It makes you feel better. It also wipes out, don't ask me why, and I've been taking this ever since I first found out about it in the 90s from an integrative doctor who said, that's what you need. But it helps with the dopamine regulation. It helps with all kinds of things and lubricating your joints. Who knew? So those are some of the things that I love, and it just works like, you know, it is the bomb. And this is something that I made up. These are my key lime collagen shots. Marla came over with these little plastic cups, which is really great for if you have a collagen, if you're doing a dirty fast and you have a collagen loading day, it works really well for you. Okay, so this is how I'm going to break my fast as soon as I'm done with this. But I just wanted to show you this. This is made with hot melt mix, unflavored, perfect paleo protein, and I used a little bit of Great Lakes gelatin that I bought on Amazon, and that's it, so that it would gel up. See how it's kind of gelled up a little bit? You can also use, what else can you use in that? You can also add a little fiber mender. It's so good. Everything works so well. Now, understand this is all pharmaceutical grade stuff. We have them all in the store. We'll get them to you as soon as we can. Our distribution is fast and mighty. Will it be here in time for Monday's sprint? Maybe, maybe not. It's going to depend on the postal service. But I will tell you right now, this is how it works. All of these things work together, and I use them all myself. And I think, you know, collagen shot to the rescue. This is what I'm going to go get down right now. So we talked about a lot of things today, and I did a big show and tell, but everybody's getting ready for the sprint. And I just want to say, if you want to get the supplements, get them ordered now. Go to SavingDinner.com/sprint to get the sprint. Go to SavingDinner.com, click on the supplement tab on the very top of the page, and just get them ordered, for heaven's sakes. Shipping is free. Take advantage of it. I hope so. Well, you guys, I'm going to say Happy New Year to you right now, and that I love each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you who have supported Saving Dinner over the years and are in my groups and my clubs and my Take Back Your Life programs. You know, what a spectacular year we have coming up. Do you agree? Are you ready to own 2020? I know I am. It's going to be the best year ever. And I hope to see you tomorrow, because I will be on here singing Happy New Year, Auld Lang Syne or whatever. I hope not, but I will be here. So thank you so much for joining me today. It's been fun. And if you're a part of Take Back Your Life, get ready, buckle up. We're going to go be doing a little thing on habits. I will see you in the clubhouse. Cheers, peace, and Happy New Year.